Now, a constructor can delegate the initialization of an object to another constructor. And with this, we can remove duplicate code. Let me show you how this works. So I'm going to duplicate this line and declare another constructor with 3 parameters. So here we're going to add string color. Now, to use the string class, first we need to include the string header file and then use the std namespace. Okay. Now, when using strings as parameters of our functions or constructors, the best practice is to pass them by reference so they don't get copied. And also, here we should apply the constant keyword so we don't accidentally modify the original variable. Okay? So here's our new constructor. We should also add a member variable for storing the color. So down here, string color. Good. Now let's generate the definition for this constructor. Good. Now in this constructor, just like before, first we need to initialize the width and the height. So I'm going to copy these 2 lines, paste them here, and then we need to set the color. Now, most likely we'll need some kind of validation for the color, but let's not worry about it at this point. We just want to set the color of the current object to the color parameter. Okay? Now, note the duplication in this code. So in both these constructors, we have these lines. Now, this is a very simple example. In a real application, we could have some more complex logic here. We don't want to duplicate our logic in multiple places, because if tomorrow we decide to change that logic, there are multiple places we need to modify. This is where constructor delegation comes to the rescue. So using this technique, we can have this constructor delegate the initialization of the width and the height to the previous constructor. Let me show you how this works. So on this line, after the list of parameters, we type a colon, and then over here, we can call one of the constructors in this class. So I'm going to call the constructor that takes 2 parameters, width and height. Okay? So with this, we no longer need to initialize the width and the height in this constructor. So we can remove these unnecessary lines. Okay? Now, for clarity, I just want to add a message and say constructing a rectangle with color. So I want to show you how these constructors get executed. In the previous constructor, we have a different message, constructing a rectangle, okay? Now, back to our main file. Let's create a rectangle with 3 values. Again, we can use parentheses or curly braces. So I'm going to pass 10, 20, and blue, okay? We don't really need this line, so let's remove it. Now, let's run the program and see what happens. So first, we're constructing a rectangle, and then we're constructing a rectangle with color. So at this point, width and height are initialized, which means the control moves to the constructor with 2 parameters. So these 3 lines are executed. Then we get to the body of this constructor down here. Now, there is really no limitation in terms of how many times you want to delegate. For example, in this constructor, we could also call another constructor to delegate some kind of initialization. But as you can guess, overusing this technique can result in applications that are unmaintainable because you have to constantly jump up and down to figure out how the code gets executed. So, as I always say, too much of a good thing is a bad thing.